Lexi just made me suffer through the High School Musical Trilogy, and
Suffer?
I gotta say, I'm really glad we did it.
He's being a little dramatic.
I mean, okay, so wait, what grade were you in when they first came out?
I think I was in second grade.
Yeah, second grade. That sounds right, because I remember I brought the CD to music class one day, and we all ran around in a circle to get your head in the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I loved it as a kid, I loved the second one as a kid, and I always skipped the third one, because I thought I was too cool for that by the time it came out. But,
And I spent the entire time we've been together. This is the first time we've watched them together since being together for almost 4 years.
It's true.
And he's like, I don't really want to watch the third one. I don't want to watch the third one. And I'm like, you're really missing out.
So, we watched all of them, and here is our complete retrospective on High School Musical Trilogy.
This could be the start of something new.
High School Musical 1.
The masterpiece.
Iconic.
High School Musical Encore Edition.
We didn't watch the Encore Edition. With all of our movies, we still went to Disney Plus to watch them for higher quality.
Because these are DVDs
And the Blu-ray trilogy is like $150 on Amazon right now.
if anybody wants to buy it for us,
I'll put it in my wish
we'll
list.
put it on the wish list.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's got a program of scene selections, an advertisement for cowbells. It's really dating us a little.
First thoughts, does the movie hold up in your opinion? Like, objectively, does it hold up?
Yeah, it holds up. I firmly believe it holds up. Okay. When this movie first came out, I had it on my DVR and nobody was allowed to delete it because I watched it every single morning before school. This was my favorite movie when I was a kid. Loved it. And I still love it. I can quote it. I can sing all the songs. I really love that movie.
So we were in the same boat. We had it recorded. Nobody could delete it. We watched it all the time. I knew all the songs. I danced all the songs. But I got really embarrassed when a friend of mine came over. And my dad was like, Andrew, sing along to it. I was like, I don't want to. Which goes against the whole point of the movie. I should have had the confidence to sing if I wanted to. But does it hold up? No, I don't think it does. I think it's very obviously a made-for-TV movie that Disney just threw out with their lineup of Disney originals. They didn't realize what they had, and we'll get into this with the sequels, that they thankfully did realize what they had, and the sequels went to had better quality. But the first movie has something, which is the iconography. Like, this is kind of a silly movie. It's not very well made. The dance numbers, while iconic, aren't the best. The songs are all really fun, but they're very on-the-nose songs with like traditional Disney themes of like, hey, let's just be friends and we gotta work together. It's so on-the-nose. But there is so much nostalgia for it, I can't hate on it. I think it's a bad movie that is a lot of fun.
Dare I say that this was Disney's most successful original movie?
I think it was. It definitely was.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
I mean, the third one was a theatrical release, so...
Yeah. It really shows, like I said, they knew what they had once it was out, because that had a $4.2 million budget, and the sequel had a $7 million budget, which reflects very well. And bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. High School Musical 2. I'm not gonna stop. Not gonna stop till I get my shot.
That's who I am.
That's my plan.
We'll end up on top. You can bet on it.
Bet on it.
Bet on it.
Bet on.
You can bet on it.
Oh.
Bet on
We
it.
were doing good there for a sec.
We were doing really good. So, shockingly enough, on Disney Plus, it's actually the extended version, and he had never seen the extended version.
Not
So
once.
when that scene came on, I was like, oh, this is Huma Huma Nuku Nuku Apua Ah.
I was so confused. Kind of like Zac Efron was in that moment.
Yeah. That part was extremely cringy.
I mean, that's the point. It was supposed to be cringy.
But what did you think of the movie as a whole?
Okay, as a whole, I think High School Musical 2 is a better movie. I gave this one 2.5 stars instead of 2 stars. I think the production value definitely shows in it for a Disney Channel movie. I think the songs are better. This one actually has my favorite songs in it. What's the one? I keep it. I Don't Dance. Mm-hmm. Banger. Bet on It. Banger. Summer. Banger. What's the one?
The first.
Yeah,
first
it's not called Summer?
I don't think so.
Okay. And then the na 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 na. What's that one called?
You are the music.
Music in Me. I love that song. I think all the choreography is better in this movie. My one thing is there's a lot of repetition in this. A lot of the conflict is just a repeat of the first one, and it doesn't do enough in terms of thematic changes to really separate itself from the first movie. It's a lot of just different location and different aesthetics, but everything is still done in a better way than it was in the first. The first one just has that iconography that will never be topped.
That's true. I like that they use Zac Efron's voice in this one and not Drew Seeley's voice. True. I didn't think they made very convincing high schoolers in this one. It's like they all decided to finally look like grown-ups in this one. But I have to say that I think High School Musical 2 is my least favorite out of the three.
Really?
Yes.
I think, honestly, so I kind of argue with you on how they look in this. I think one of the smartest things they did was realize what they had when they had it and then shot these all back to back instead of having awkward age gaps between them. These movies came out a year apart from each other.
Yeah.
And that was so smart for Disney to capitalize on that. And I never really mound the how they looked in these movies because the script was just bad enough that they sounded like awkward high schoolers with really cringy dialogue.
I mean, the best part of the movie was Gotta Go My Own Way, you know?
I disagree. The best part was...
I was tearing up during that point because they were doing some really good acting.
I'm gonna get back to that when we talk about the third one, but I think the best song had to be I Don't Dance. I love that song. It's so much fun. I want to say it's that is the song of... that is the movie song. That's what the whole movie's about, but it's not. That's what the first movie's about. It's kind of shoehorned in. It's kind of a retread of get your head in the game. But, again, it is a better song. It's got better choreography. And, the whole scene is a step up. Which is another movie we should watch. No, we shouldn't. That's not. I'm thinking of Jump In. Never mind.
I mean, in this movie, you really start to see Troy's struggle with who he really wants to be.
I thought we saw that in the first movie.
You do.
And the third movie.
You do, but this really when he's going off with the college basketball players and ditching all his friends, but he really wants to be with his friends. He's really having that internal conflict of what he wants to do.
Well, like I said, it's the same conflict we saw in the first movie, but it's done so much better in this one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like that one more. But I gotta say one more thing about High School Musical 2. This is where I learned which character I hated the most, and that is Taylor. She is a horrible human being.
She's a pretty bad friend.
She loves drama. She loves ruining relationships, and she has this high and mighty attitude the whole time that is so much worse than Sharpay's. She's a bitch.
You can't say that.
I can.
You can't.
We're not monetized yet, so she's not a very nice person. Better?
No, she's not.
But then we get to see her in High School Musical 3, and things don't get better.
Right now I can hardly breathe.
High School Musical 3. It's a floater.
I finally saw this one after all these years.
Oh, it's not a floater.
It's not. I went into this with very low expectations. I was hyped to watch it after watching the trailer last night, but I thought the trailer was just all show because they had a lot of money, and they did. They had $4 million more on this one than they did with High School Musical 2. And I thought it was going to be all the visuals. But I was wrong. I like this movie a lot.
I saw this in theaters, and I loved it immediately, obviously. We went right to Target, and we bought the CD, brought it home, and you could get a free ringtone. It had one of those, pamphlets in it where, you text this word to this number, and you got the free ringtone. It was a scam. You didn't get the free ringtone, but I chose Scream, because that's the best sequence in the whole movie, where he's...
That's the name of the song?
Scream? Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
One thing I think is just so unrealistic about these movies is the budget and support they had for their sports program. You know?
I don't think it's unrealistic at
I
all.
think it's unrealistic. I mean, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, and that just, I mean, I'm not going to say something controversial because I think sometimes we spend too much money on sports. However, East High was crazy. They had those big posters of their team captains in the cafeteria. Wild.
And Troy just rips them down.
And Troy just ripped it down.
Not cool.
I get why he did that, though.
So again, for my take on this, it's again all the same beats. They start out, they're all cool. They have to go their separate ways at some point, and Taylor just has to break up Troy and Gabriella.
Again.
Sharpay has to get in between everything and get the spotlight, and by the end of it, they're all cool, they're all friends, they make a last-minute save to get in the musical. But again, everything is done again, but everything is done better. Like, from the opening. What's the opening song? 16 seconds, 16 minutes? Or just
Now or Never.
Now or Never? So good.
Yeah, that opening shot of Troy's face.
Well, I mean, I was thinking,
My
like,
gosh.
as a whole...
And he's like, let's go!
Let's go! But, like, yeah, they're a little bit like, right now I can hardly breathe.
Yeah, that one.
That moment, so good. The prom night song, I loved it. I didn't expect that level of, like, showmanship and quality from what started out as a Disney Channel original movie. The Boys Are Back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think that's kind of like one of the lower tier songs. Not as bad as like the waltz song. Like honestly, their slow songs between just Troy and Gabriella, I did not care for. Didn't like them. I thought they were boring. Boys Are Back. A lot of fun, kind of silly, but it's okay.
Yeah. I used to act out that scene on the playground.
I believe that.
Yeah.
You look like you would act it.
You played Star Wars on the playground. I played Boys Are Back, High School Musical 3 on the playground.
All right.
Yeah.
I still love you.
I did.
Yeah, everything about the movie was so high quality. I liked it a lot. And by the end,
He was tearing up.
I wasn't tearing up.
He teared up a little.
No, but you know,
Yes, he did.
I grew up kind of with these characters. I loved this movie as a kid, and now seeing it as an adult, and like that final lineup. I know it's supposed to be like the current call thing, but it really does feel like them as the actors,
That
as
definitely.
friends,
That's
saying
kind of
goodbye.
what they were going for.
Yeah.
Like, those were real tears. That was, like, the final.
Yeah, Taylor had to be the one to cry.
Sharpay was crying.
I haven't seen any tears. I was looking.
She was crying. I was crying.
Yeah, but no, it felt so real, and I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then there's the like, freeze frame of them jumping, like,
To match the first movie.
to match the first movie.
Did not see this one coming.
However, they could have done some better graphic design on this cover.
I don't know. I think it works.
I know.
It's good, like yearbook photo.
Like this.
Yeah, I know.
It's just better graphic design. It's just a white background.
Okay.
Alright.
So, would you rate this one on a scale, like 5-star scale?
Number 3?
Yeah.
Oh. I would say 3.5.
Yeah, me too. 3.5 stars. All right.
You
So,
want to rank them?
as a whole, first, what's your favorite song from each?
That's like asking me to pick a favorite child.
Oh.
In the first one, I would say my favorite song is the one that Gabriella just sings in the hallway.
Really?
You know you're not a fairy tale, or something like that. That was always my favorite song, even as a kid. Do you remember the Disney Mix Sticks? They were like MP3 players that you bought cartridges for.
No.
Someone knows what I'm talking about. I had one, and I had the first High School Musical soundtrack cartridge for it, and I would just listen to that song over and over again and pretend I was Gabriella.
You're so beautiful.
And then, like, na, na.
You're way prettier than Gabriella.
The wardrobe in the first movie was so good. So early 2000s.
Yeah, it was.
Loved it.
I gotta be honest, none of Gabriella's solo sad girl songs I enjoyed.
Oh, I love
None of them. They're all the same. I know I said like they're all the same, just each movie does it better. This one did not. Like, Gabriella's songs are the only ones that don't get better because they are always bad.
They're not bad.
They are.
My runner-up song would be What I've Been Looking For.
That's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
I think it's definitely hard to pick a favorite with the first movie because both Start Something New and Breaking Free are both so iconic and so great. Mm-hmm. Like, once Start Something New came on during that first airing, everybody, every child, even every parent across the country knew, like, okay, things are changing for Disney Channel original movies. And it's so true.
I don't know that parents were thinking that.
My dad liked it. High School Musical was the first iTunes movie we had because my dad bought it.
Oh. Are you
For
sure?
us to... Yes, I'm sure. We watched it all the time on his iPod with, like, the wheel and everything.
You watched it on that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Not for the
God.
first time. We
No.
watched it on Yeah. Yeah, we watched it all the time.
That's wild.
Yeah. Even my dad liked it. If my dad likes a movie, you know it's a good one. But yeah, so it's definitely tied between Breaking Free and Start Something New. Probably leans more toward Breaking Free because there's so much more emotion behind that song. Like, when we were watching it, especially as a retrospective, coming back to it now, I felt that energy again. I felt so hyped. I was, like, happy we were doing this trilogy. So, Breaking Free.
Our favorite songs from High School Musical 2? I have to think about mine. You can talk.
Get Your Head in the Game remake song. What's it called? I keep blanking on all these names.
I Don't Dance?
I Don't Dance. I Don't Dance is my favorite, with a close runner-up being
Bet on It?
Bet on It. Yeah.
I would say my favorite song is You Are the Music in Me. Close runner-up, Bet on It. One of my friends had Disney sing it for the Wii, and I would sing Bet on It.
I believe it.
It's amazing.
I feel like Music in Me would have worked so much better if that was the final show song, and Every Day was the closing song. Because I totally forgot the closing song existed. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember how it goes because it was
All for One.
All for One. Yeah, it feels very shoehorned in to try to recapture all of this together.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the only part of it. Not the only part, but one of the only parts where I feel like it wasn't as good or better than the original.
I think Every Day should have been the closing song.
Yeah. Music in Me was so good, but that song has so much emotional weight behind it if it's sung when they're coming back together. Like, that's his, like, apology song. Like, you are the music in me. That's why I'm giving up all this, like, ditching my friend stuff. So Now or Never is the runner-up because it feels like it was very much like we're taking a gamble trying to go for a theatrical release, so we really got to give this our all. This is our final shot. And it works so well both in the movie and as a statement about the movie. Probably shouldn't be looking this deep into High School Musical, but I am.
Yeah.
But no, the finale song, High School Musical, just ties everything together so perfectly. Whether you're watching it for the first time when it came out, or if you're like me and seeing it for the first time now, it is so, I want to say beautiful. It is so good. It's such a good song, especially with that curtain drop moment.
Yeah.
I feel fulfilled seeing that play out.
I don't know what to say after that. My favorite song was Scream. I already said that. But my runner-up would be A Night to Remember because the choreography was really good.
Wait, is that the prom night
That's the
song?
prom song.
Yeah, that one is so good.
Yeah.
That is such a good
We
song.
should have played that at our wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't.
We should have had more High School Musical songs at
We
our
played
wedding,
Hannah Montana at our wedding.
which I was not present for.
I was.
All I wanted was to have a cigar with the boys, and you kept dragging me back in.
Oh, sorry, it's your wedding. You have things to do.
Yeah, I have guests to attend to.
Anyway,
So, okay, ranking the movies.
ranking the movies. For me personally, I would say first one, number one, nostalgic, amazing, iconic. Second one for me would be High School Musical 3. The theatrical release was Chef's Kiss, amazing, iconic, nostalgic.
I wish I was there for it.
You didn't see it in theaters?
No. I was a boy in 4th grade, 5th grade.
I thought you saw it in theaters.
No, I saw Enchanted in theaters.
You didn't see it in theaters? times?
No.
Was that the first time you watched it?
Yeah. The first time I watched it in full.
Huh.
What?
Interesting.
Okay, keep going.
Anyway, my last one would be High School Musical 2. Not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not my favorite. Oh, you know what? Another song for this one would be Fabulous.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's fun, but I think that's the one where like the choreography was kind of like half-assed. Anyway, so my ranking, I don't think it's the worst one out of all of them, but like I said, even though it was better made, it didn't have the same energy or iconography of the first one, so number 3 is High School Musical 2.
I'm shocked.
Coming up next, it was the worst made one, but it's so iconic and it is so much fun and there is so much nostalgia for me. High School Musical 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I am also shocked because on IMDb, like where I had this rated, even though I never finished it, it was at a 1 star, which I give to movies that I think are unwatchable. A lot of this was just hate because, you know, I had grown out of it as a middle school boy. Alright, I ran out of storage and it stopped recording and I forget where we left off, what we said after that. So anyway, that's our retrospective, if we haven't said that yet. Here's where you can follow us.